If you're watching this video and you haven't removed the back glass yet, please refer to my other video where I break down on how exactly I remove the back glass using a back glass separator. So our first priority is to be removing the factory camera lens that's attached to the frame. Now sadly, this camera lens is welded to the frame and it does make it very difficult to remove. Now I have seen back glasses that have enlarged cutouts for the factory camera lens. Personally, I do not prefer them as they do not prompt an OEM finish. Now in this clip, I show many different ways I attempt to remove the camera lens with no success. I've tried prying, pulling, and even pushing through with no success removing the welds from the frame. After taking a break and doing some more research, I then came across a post saying that if you start at the bottom of the camera lens using a metal pry tool and keep forcefully putting pressure, you can eventually snap the welds. As you can see, I did get the bottom camera lens free from the frame, so we're going to keep using our metal pry tool and work along the sides to remove each weld one at a time. You will have to be rough in this process and you will damage the circle ring around the camera lens of the metal frame, but it's okay. I will show you how to straighten it back out so the new camera lens fits evenly and all the remaining hardware will fit back in place. So here we're using the pry tool to push down against the back side of the frame, pushing the metal into the center of the camera lens. So now that we have the metal pushed in, we will flip it over and on a flat hard surface, we will take the metal pry tool and push evenly along the camera lens down, making the frame nice and straight. So we will now position our new glass on the back to test for any high spots in the metal and to ensure no debris was left behind. As you see, I removed the provided adhesive around the edge of the back glass. This is to ensure when we put our epoxy down that we have a nice even coat and there are no high spots, especially around the corners. So now we're going to position our new camera lens into the camera hole cutout. This is just to ensure a clean fit before we bond it to the back glass. We're going to be using B7000 to adhere the camera lens to the back glass and ultimately the back glass to the phone. I prefer B7000 over many other adhesives as this creates a seamless bond and is also easy to clean up. Now that we've put a healthy dose of B7000 on our new camera lens, we're going to position it in the middle of the frame, making sure that it's not crooked or uneven on any sides before we finally let it sit to dry and cure. So when you're happy with the placement of the new camera lens, place something light on top that is going to apply even pressure, that way it cures properly and is not crooked. So now we're going to take our isopropyl alcohol and clean the back, making sure there's no leftover residue or any contaminations that would create an uneven bond with the new glass. Using our B7000, I'm going to place small dots of glue around the camera lens, also making sure I get full coverage of adhesive around the entire frame, including the charge port area. Position the new glass onto the frame, making sure it's equal on each side and there's no high spots or uneven areas anywhere. Now run your finger around all the edges, pushing out any excessive glue that we will remove later on. If you have a vacuum sealed bag, this is by far the best method in ensuring a constant and equal pressure to the back glass while it dries. With the phone sealed in the bag, I place something on top just to continue to hold even pressure as the glue dries. After the adhesive has dried, you can now remove it from the bag and inspect it for any imperfections or any problems. Now we have a chance to look at any adhesive that has been pushed out, and we can use isopropyl alcohol to clean the frame before it's time for reassembly. I hope this tutorial has helped you in completing the replacement of your back glass on the iPhone X. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep fixing.